So here is the one. This is the URL from where I have downloaded, and after that you can apply for the key. So when you click on get activation code, it will ask for your details and you can start downloading. And the activation code will be sent to your email. After that you can activate it yourself. Okay, so Nessus login, and this is again the same page, so I'm just closing it. This is the Nessus login. When first time you will start, after some time, because as on different websites as well, it also has a session expiry. So you on the right side you can see here the session expired. Okay, and this is also for the security reasons, as unlimited sessions may got taken over. There is a term when a session is taken over is called as session hijacking. Okay, that is also a kind of attack that is attempted by the attackers to take over the session of an existing connection. Okay, so here I have just set up my username and password. Right away it is showing me my scan, all scan, trash. If you're deleting something, then policies, against that you are going to discuss. Okay, so the first step, you'll go to policies and configure your own policy. Right now you are able to see only one policy here as win black box Paul. So that is the custom name which I have given, and it is an advanced scan. So let's suppose if you have selected under a specific template, if you have selected Windows, Linux, network
Sir,
means router policies. Yes.
sir, I have set up my Nessus on virtual machine. Shall I share my screen? I'm Rinder here.
Okay, Amrinder, just wait for some time. I let me just finish this one, right? You're able to
Sure,
see
sir.
my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just finish this, and after that, I will just uh, go to all of your desktops one by one, right?
Sure, sir.
Just in
Sure.
order to check what is the problem, why you are not able to do that. I want to ensure that all should be able to do that, and all should be able to understand what is that,
Okay, sir.
right? So
Okay.
one, as you log into Nessus dashboard, you are going towards the policies to configure the policies. Now you see one policy is already built, and the policies will be built on the inbuilt templates. And what are the templates? Can anyone tell me what are the templates? You also see templates in Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Templates are predefined, uh, uh, predefined
Kind of
info.
instruction. UI, sorry,
Predefined
UI.
configurations, you can say, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or predefined formatting. So formatting and format and configuration settings. Okay, that can be defined in custom ways. So somebody may have chosen one setting, another one has chosen other setting. So according to the settings or according to the desired uh, portfolio, you may find multiple templates here. Okay, let's suppose if a network penetration tester is there, there are various profiles. When you will go in the market, you are not only working as a application security tester, there will be network penetration tester, network security tester. There would be application and client means operating systems. There will be specific person for different operating systems as well, right? There might be a Linux administrator, Linux security administrator, there might be a Windows security administrator, Mac security administrator. So there you may find various profiles while you are working on this security uh, area, right? So what you have to do uh, at first, okay, if you just want to check the templates here, there are scan templates, right? You see here, You see here, scan templates, right? So on the right side, you see a new policy and you will click on that new policy. Okay, now these all are the templates. If you want to take a template from any of the template to design your policy, then you can define. As I told you, some compliance are there. Like if you have cloud infrastructure, then you can test against this policy, against this template which is already built. Okay, so audit cloud infrastructure, internal PCI network scan. So I was telling you the PCI DSS, and this is PCI DSS 11.2.1. Okay, so this is for perform an internal PCI DSS vulnerability scan. Next one, it is also telling you about MDM. MDM is specifically for mobile device management. Okay, just check out if some mobile devices are there, maybe that is laptop, that is mobile, or that is tablet, or any other mobile devices are being used or connected to the corporate network, then it can help you out with the MDM vulnerability check. MDM stands for mobile device management, right? So next one is offline configuration audit, then PCI quarterly scan. Okay, and but this is external scan, previously it was internal scan. Then policy compliance auditing, SCAP and oval auditing. If you go slightly on top, you see basic network scan. So these are the policy which they have built. Now these templates are available, but for the mobile device scan you need to upgrade, because this is the free version and this is limited to 16 devices, 16 IPs, as well as it is limited to limited to the specific feature limitations, right? So you don't have this mobile device scan feature in this basic version, as well as this cloud or all these compliance scans are not available in this free version, right? So we are just going to check about policy template. You have gone to new policy. Now you can select a scanner, like you can select a template. Now if you want to go for an advanced scan, right? I've chosen advanced scan. First I will give the name. Let's suppose you are going for scanning PCs for us for an organization. So I'm just choosing here an IIT security batch WinXP scan. Okay, or not WinXP because it will be specific. So I'm just going to create that for Windows. So all Windows can be checked against that. So Windows scan. So this is the policy name. I can write descriptions here. Next, if you just want to check out basic, then discovery, if you just want to change the way how and what port numbers it is going to check. If you also want to check whether some network printers are there, whether some novel netware hosts are there, so you can click on that. Also you can configure whether some configurations has been defined. Now in the port scanning, you can specify which ports will be scanned. As I told you, if HTTP services are running on a specific computer, then port number 80 might be open. And if HTTPS services are running on that, then port number 443 might be open. If FTP services are running, then port number 21 may be open. Okay, so this is about the port numbers. You are going to check about SSH port, then WMI, SNMP, as well as you will go downwards and you can select the port scanner, what kind of port scanner they are going to use. They are going to just to check the TCP scan or UDP scan. So then you check out the service discovery assessments. Lot of options are there, but they will be used for internal scanning as well, where you have to define different labels of scanning. I'm not going that deep as of now. Just in setting, I have given the name of the policy. Then I'm going to credential. If you know credentials, then you can put the credentials, or otherwise directly write the name here and go to plugins. Now, what you see in plugins, can you tell me?
Sir, to add some extra functionalities,
Didn't get it clearly. Please come again.
to add extra functionality, use plugin.
So
Extra
basically,
features. It will give extra features to us.
uh, not extra features. If I just say, because what we are doing right now, we are going for vulnerability scan. Okay, if I have chosen a profile here, which includes backdoor, which includes AIX, Amazon Linux, CentOS, CGI abuses, cross-site scripting, XSS, or Cisco database, Debian, Unix. So these all are profiles. Under that profile, you find all the vulnerability information.
So
So
just like if we are looking for backdoors, then we will select backdoor like this.
yes, yes. Right now, all of them are enabled. Okay. So right now, what is my purpose? My purpose to scan Windows computers. I'm going to scan either Windows XP or Windows 7 or Windows 10. So I'm going to select all those profiles here, which are applicable to Windows. And because I'm going to scan Windows clients, so I'm not going to select web servers, right? So I will just click on the green part here, which is showing enabled. As you click on that, it will be disabled, right? So this is Windows, Microsoft Bulletins, and user management. So according to those three, they include the vulnerability information on Windows. Now, if you see VMware, no, I am not going to use Virtuoso, Ubuntu, SUSE, Solaris, these all are Linux one. SNMP, yes, it might be an SNMP client on Windows, but it depends on your organization. If it is enabled, then you can disable that. Okay, so I'm leaving it as it is, just disabling anything else which is not applicable on Windows. So Slackware includes Linux variant, settings, service dissection. Okay, scientific Linux. This is the Linux, SCADA, Red Hat. So I'm just disabling those which may not be applicable to my Windows computers, right? So NetBear is also different one. This is how you're going to create a profile. Okay, general gain a shell. Maybe some attacker is trying to uh, take benefit of a vulnerability to take shell of Windows computers. So you need to understand first. While that we will discuss in the attacks, like what are the different types of threats and attack. We'll discuss that in detail. Okay, then we have FreeBSD. Yes, I will disable that. Fedora, F5, Cisco's CGI. If you have web applications, means websites, then you can enable, otherwise you can disable. So I'm disabling this Debian Linux and Unix because I'm just going to scan that on my Windows computer. CentOS I will disable, Amazon Linux and AIX. So I've just selected which vulnerabilities may be applicable to my Windows computers. Now the benefit of this will be my target system will not be checked against all these vulnerabilities, and it will save time for me. I have created a profile, right? So I'm going to save it now.